Good afternoon. In this video, we're going to go over this week's options watch list. Before I get into the watch list, if you're not in the room, you can find the link in the description of the video and in my bio section of social media accounts. Also, please subscribe to the channel and like the video if you haven't done so already. Now, today is Monday, December 26th. Markets closed, obviously, because of Christmas. And so we're going to have a 4-day week. And this is the last week of the year. So we could see some volatility. We could see some crazy action. So I'm looking at the economic calendar right now. Tuesday. Don't really see too much. I mean, you get a little bit like good trades balance, wholesale inventories. Don't really see too much on that day. On Wednesday, I don't really see anything except pending home sales at 10 a.m. on Wednesday. Thursday, unemployment claims at 8:30. And Friday, don't really see anything except Chicago PMI at 9:45. So really not too much, just minor news. So nothing really going on with that. Put to call ratio is fairly low right now. It's at 0.77. It's really not that low. I mean, if it gets another like 0.6, that's pretty low. But right now it's not that low. So looking at SPY, I'm going to keep pretty much the same tickers we were watching last week, this week, because they all look pretty good. So SPY, it's hard to tell what it's going to do. It's staying right in this 386 to 375 area. So we got a gap to fill from, what day is that? The 22nd. So what day was the 22nd? Was it Wednesday? Thursday. So we're right up at the gap resistance from Thursday. We could fill the gap right here. And if we do manage to get over this 388, 387 level, we'll probably get a push to 390 to fill that gap. The next big area will be, well, we have a little bit of a gap right here at 396. And we get 400, but I'm kind of looking at it. It's still in a bear channel right here. It dropped from 410. It's staying in this little consolidation area right here. So it could go either way. Flip a coin. I mean, to be honest, I mean, the weekly looks like we could have further downside. We got room down to the 360 area on the weekly. So we'll have to see if that actually happens. But I would keep an eye on underneath 380. 378. It gets below this 375 area. This is where we could really end up seeing some problems down to 370, 365, 360. So we'll have to see what happens with SPY. SPY right now is a coin toss. I mean, got gaps to fill up here, and it just all depends on what the market makers want to do. With the market the last week of the year, I mean, we could end up just raging the last few days of the year, just to try to end the year fairly strong. Don't even know what the yearly candle would look like. I'll just see if let me see if I can get that. Just trying to look on stock charts right now, see if there's a yearly one. No, it's just weekly. And why is it only not showing intraday? That's bizarre. Stock charts must be having issues or something, because it used to show the daily, the hourly and monthly. Now I'm only showing daily and weekly. I have no idea what that is, but let's see if, okay, we can go with a year right here. I probably should have done it straight on toss. Oh yeah, I mean, that's a huge red candle for the year right there. Let's see if we can back it up 115 of the years. Let's go to 20. This was what, 2008. I mean, look at this candle. Look at this yearly candle. 2008 and 2022. The candles look almost identical. Then it's showing 2009. It's going down even more. So opened right at the 88 level and ended up dropping down to 67. So we could end up seeing, if we're going based off right here, because of the Fed pivot. If you've watched my Twitter page, that the Fed pivot is usually really, very bearish. We're going to end up losing more, 20% more. If that's the case, looking at the year, 380, 10% of that would be $38. So that would be 38, 380, 38 would be right around 330, 340. I mean, 20% would bring it down to close to 300. So just kind of looking at this, I think we could possibly see this kind of scenario, and that's kind of what I'm predicting, that we're going to end up seeing some kind of a drop the first half of the year. Then we probably could end up really raging and rebounding halfway through 2023. Late spring, early summer, we'll probably see a bounce. But yeah, this is not looking good at all on the yearly on SPY. So we'll have to see if they'll run it up the end of the year to make the year, try to salvage the yearly candle. But there's no way they're going to recoup. They can ever run at the 475. Well, I can never say never, but I don't think it will. But we'll see. We'll see what the market makers want to do. Now VIX. VIX has a really nasty red candle right here. It popped a little bit. VIX just has not been working right since the SPX and SPY has been expiring every day. VIX has been acting really weird. It has not acted the same. So based on what the weekly looks like, we could end up seeing more of a drop underneath 20. We get the big green candle, red candle weekly. Doesn't really look like it's doing much here except going lower. So the VIX looks like it wants to drop more, so maybe SPY will pop more. Like I said, it's all going to be dependent on what the market makers want to do. That's why you need to be in the room. We'll take it day by day based on the pre-market action, and we'll just go from there. So that's my take on SPY. The end of the year will be very, very sketchy action. So Tesla is one I'll be watching. I mean, it's just been getting hammered on for the last 2 weeks, down to 120. It's just crazy how low it is right now. I mean, it could go down to 100. I mean, that'd be crazy. I mean, I would buy that and hold that long term if I got to 100, but we'll have to see. I'd watch Tesla over, just making sure my mic works, over 125. Gets over 125, we probably could see it push to 130. I mean, 140. 150. Tesla is probably very, very, very due for a short squeeze. I think we could see it tomorrow or the next day. I mean, look at the daily RSI. I mean, it's below 20. It is starting to rise a little bit on the hourly, so bullish divergence going on a little bit there. The weekly RSI is below 30, so I don't think that's happened at all on Tesla. So I mean, I think Tesla's due for a big short squeeze, and if we do end up having a short squeeze, we could end up seeing 10 points out of it. I mean, what's the range on these candles right here? 172, 183, that's 11 points. 180 to 94, 194, that's almost 15 points. So yeah, a short squeeze day, we could see what's this, 254 to 27. It's almost a 20 point. Yeah, we could see an easy $10 to $15 short squeeze out of Tesla. I think that will end up happening probably tomorrow or maybe even Wednesday. So keep an eye on Tesla. Amazon is just getting hammered on, and especially with they had record Black Friday sales. They're probably going to have record Christmas sales and Boxing Day sales and stuff like that. I mean, it's just crazy that it's taking a huge hit into Christmas, and I wouldn't be a bit surprised if Amazon has like mind-blowing ER coming up in the next month or so. So we'll have to see what happens, but I would watch it over Friday's high of 86 for a push to 87, 88, 90, 92, 94, every $2 or so. But the area it's really struggling with is like, let's see, this 92 area, and then you get this 96 area. So it could probably stall out right there. But on the weekly, It's right at the bottom of the Keltner channel, and usually it does bounce off the bottom of the Keltner channel. We could end up seeing the 20 EMA, which is on the 104 in the middle Keltner channel, so 20 EMA, so that's 104, 105 area. So we could definitely see a push to 100 to 105, which is gap resistance from earnings drop right here. So that's very, very, very possible on Amazon, Netflix. I know Netflix, I was saying that I was looking at it to bounce in the channel, which it did. It's still getting shut down from the 20 EMA and the middle at 300, which is the middle Keltner channel right here. If it gets over, I would say 300, we could end up seeing a gap resistance play right here at about 305, 303 to 305. If it gets over 305, we could see a gap fill on this up to 315. So keep Netflix on watch. We could see a gap fill on that. Microsoft, same thing. It is dropped down to the RCT trend line on the weekly, on the daily, sorry. It does like to bounce, like it bounced here, and it's bounced here. We'll have to see if it gets over this 240 area. And if it gets over 240, then you get this area 245, 250, which has been a big area. It's been bouncing hardcore at 250, but it's been resistance now. So it got shut down here. It got shut down here. It popped through it like nothing here. Then it came back down underneath it. So it popped up, came back down. So we'll have to see if we can get to 250 or not on Microsoft. If the market's strong, definitely could see a push to 250, 260 on Microsoft. CAT, it's the last one. I know that I was watching CAT, and I was watching it for the breakout. It did break out, had a nice pullback down to the 20 EMA, and it came back up. It still looks good. I would watch it over 240 again, or even say $240.50, or even round up, say 241. It gets to 242. I think that this time it could actually make a pretty big run to all-time high, which is 246. So it's been having this nice consolidation pattern right here, bull flag right there on the weekly. It gets out of that, it could end up popping, but it did it over here. It had a nice bull flag, then it just got crapped on right here. So that's quite possible too on that, but we'll have to see what happens on CAT. So definitely keep an eye on that too. So that's going to do for the watch list. I hope to see you in the room, and thanks for watching.